Now, police have made another breakthrough in their search for 7 prisoners who escaped from a Makhanda prison. Another escapee, Abraham Moyane, has been recaptured. The 7 Zimbabwean nationals are facing charges of rhino poaching. 4 of them remain at large. Now, for more on the manhunt, we're joined by Correctional Services Spokesperson Singabakho Nxumalo. Mr. Nxumalo, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. A bit of good news for you guys. You've rearrested Abraham Moyane. Just talk us through the rearrest operation. Where was he found?
A very good morning and thank you for having us. We received an alert from the South African Police Services late yesterday that they had rearrested Mr. Abraham Moyane at Lalivela Game Reserve, which is near Gqeberha. And we then needed to indeed verify if it was him, and the identification proved to be positive. Hence, then he is now behind bars. It is a positive development, but we are still committed towards finding the other 4 who are still at large. Will not rest because we do not know where they are and what are they really doing. So as a department, yes, this is positive, but the search is still on. We need to find all of them. 7 of them must be brought back behind bars. So having the 3, the 4 must still be accounted for.
Last year, when we first interacted on the escapees, you had cautioned against the public attempting to apprehend the men or have conversations with them because you had stated that they are quite dangerous. These 4 that are still on the loose, they are equally dangerous.
They are dangerous. Any human being that will find it possible to escape from lawful custody, such a person has to be defined as dangerous. And we always appreciate the leads that we get from members of the public. And in most of the cases, they prove to be useful because they lead us towards the right direction, even in terms of the exact location where these people are. So even with this particular case, we appreciate that we've made this particular development, and working together with the SAPS, we do cover quite a lot of ground. So even with the other 4, we still call on the public out there to say, should they spot the other 4, they must indeed assist in terms of alerting us so that we can go there and fetch them. It is work that has to be appreciated from what the public is doing, but also other law enforcement agencies, and also even the establishments there to find, be it policing committee forums and other structures. They do a lot of work in terms of making a point that their networks are always active, and when they pick up some of people that cannot be identified, they alert us so that we are able to zoom into that area and indeed see if it is not one of those who may have escaped.
Can you just remind us of the facts of this particular case? What had preliminary investigations revealed around the escape? Was there collusion with facility officials?
What happened here is that these people managed to cut through the window bars, and they had material smuggled in there, which they used. And what we managed to find from the criminal investigation was that the standard operating procedures were not followed to the core, because what needs to happen is that the strength of those bars must be tested on a daily basis. And once they've been tampered with, they have to be reported. Hence, you may have seen what we did at Nxumalo Correctional Center, when our officials picked up that there was tampering. We foiled, a possible escape there. So what happened in Grahamstown is that these people were smuggled in material that they used to cut off those bars, and they managed to escape. And they took advantage of that particular area, because the moment you leave the correctional facility, there's quite a lot of bushy areas there. Hence, then it was able for them to disappear. But these are positive developments, and we remain committed that we'll find them. For the fact that this one was found around the area of Gqeberha, it does indicate that they are not that far off. Hence, as a department, we need to really intensify our operations and not rest until all of them are accounted for.
Now, the act of smuggling in the equipment to cut the bars, would that not have taken place with the assistance of officials?
People use very creative means to smuggle items, and certainly at times you do find that some that wear the brown uniform will do strange things. Hence, the moment we get them, We spare them no mercy. We do not just dismiss them from the department. We even open criminal cases against them. But with this particular case, we're unable to determine if indeed one or two or a number of officials may have assisted the 7. But what we could determine is that there was material smuggled in that they used in that particular act. So as a department, once we have all of them, it will even assist us in terms of a closing of that particular matter, because they will have to give us every little detail in terms of who assisted them, even those who may have brought in those things that they use. Who are those people? Even if they're general members of the public, those people must be charged, because we call that, aiding an escape, which is a criminal offense. So as a department, as we make these rearrests, we do not just sit back and say, because we now have people, it's a case. No, we have to even understand the modus operandi so that we even preempt other, possible escapes that may happen in future.
All right, Mr. Nxumalo, thank you very much for your time.